Mid-August, Burlington Police say they've responded to 288 overdose calls this year, more than twice the amount as at the same time last year. Some organizations are taking measures to try and curb that increase, and as Fox 44's Matt Holderman reports, Vermont's Department of Health just made a purchase to help people detect a drug called xylazine.
Xylazine is something that we started seeing in the drug supply in 2019, but it's really become much more prevalent in the last couple of years.
During a time where overdoses are on the rise in Vermont, particularly ones involving fentanyl, a relatively new drug to humans is starting to pop up much more frequently in the supply chain.
It's a sedative. It's actually an animal tranquilizer. There's no human use for xylazine.
Xylazine, more commonly referred to as tranq or the zombie drug on the streets, is meant to be used by veterinarians, but similar to fentanyl, people have been lacing it in with other drugs to yield stronger effects at a lower price. The side effects of people ingesting xylazine can be devastating, as even those who live through it learn why it's called the zombie drug, ending up with open wounds and rotting flesh that often requires amputation. Data from Vermont's Department of Health shows of all deadly overdoses statewide in 2021, 29 of them involved xylazine, and then a year later in 2022, that number increased to 68.
We have seen xylazine mixed with cocaine. We've seen it mixed with fentanyl. We've seen it mixed with heroin.
To help address that, Vermont's Department of Health recently purchased xylazine test strips to send out across the state. The strips will allow people to test their drugs for xylazine before using them, hopefully cutting down on accidental overdoses. With xylazine being a new problem, these strips weren't available to anyone until this year.
We were watching and waiting for them to become available so that we could purchase them. We're using some of the funding that we received from the opioid settlements with the pharmaceutical companies to purchase them.
With the bulk order made, the department hopes to receive the test strips and ship them out to their partners statewide within the next few weeks. Matt Holderman, Fox 44 News.
And Matt, while it doesn't reverse the effects of an overdose involving xylazine, Narcan is now being sold over the counter at local pharmacy chains. Kinney Drugs is now offering the medication at its stores in Vermont and the North Country. Narcan is a brand name for the drug naloxone. It can save someone experiencing an opioid overdose.
It really allows people to walk into a Kinney Drugs and buy this product without having any concern about stigma or having to give any personal information.
I think it's a great option to have for the community, especially for those who may not know how to access Narcan from other places, or who just prefer to buy it from a pharmacy versus going into a treatment center.
Narcan is also sold over the counter at most Walgreens and CVS locations, among others.